What's up, dudes? I'm the Dominicator, and in this video, I'm going to hypnotize you to become a rooster. As in all of my videos, you'll be commanded to leave a comment at the end while hypnotized, so go ahead and log into an account that you can use for that. Mute any distractions, and continue when you're ready to get hypnotized. Alright, dudes, so to begin, just look at the pocket watch in front of you, and as you look at the watch, just listen to the sound of my voice. And as you listen to the sound of my voice, the more that you do, the more you feel such a wonderfully mind-melting pleasantness just wash over you. A wonderful mind-melting relaxation that just begins to wash over your mind. And it just feels so good. The more that I speak to you, the more you feel the wonderful drips and drops of a wonderful, mind-numbing, heavy, and relaxing feeling that just washes all over your body and all over your mind. A wonderful tickling and tingling feeling that just stretches all the way from the very bottom of your tailbone to the tip top of your head. And even more so with each and every word that I say. And as you look at the pocket watch in front of you, the more that you do, as you watch it, as it swings back and forth, the more that you watch it, the more that you feel a heavy and a tiring feeling in your eyes and in your eyelids. And it just begins to call you into an even deeper, an even more relaxed and more passive, a more obedient state of mind than even you're in right now. It would just feel so good, just to snap down into a wonderfully relaxed and passive and obedient, complete and total state of sleep. Whenever I click my fingers together and I say that word sleep, then you will go down, drop down and sink down and snap down into that state, but until then, as you keep your eyes open, as you gaze at the pocket watch, and as you listen to the sound of my voice, you feel even more of a wonderful, warm and masculine and dominant tone and texture from my voice that just continues to press you down into an even more relaxed state of mind. It just feels so good. It just feels so good. It just feels so good as it happens. And you don't want to, you don't have to, you don't need to think about anything at all, anything else at all. Why, even the more that you try to think, the more that you feel the wonderful mind-melting force from the sound of my voice. It just begins to melt away each and every thought that crosses through your mind. The more that you try to think, the more that you feel that wonderful mind-melting feeling as it just begins to melt away each and every single drip and drop and remaining bit of your resistance. And yeah, there is something about it that just feels so good. It just feels so good. The more that you just submit, the more that you just surrender to the sound of my voice, an awesome, wonderful, warm and masculine and dominant tone and texture of my voice. That just feels so good. That it just makes you want to go down, to snap down into that state of sleep at any moment. Now that would just feel so good. When I snap my fingers and then I say the word sleep, then you will go down into a completely relaxed and passive and obedient state of sleep. And then as you continue to listen to the sound of my voice and just take in and soak in each and every single suggestion I give you, it will just feel so good and even better with each and every passing moment, each and every passing second. It just feels so good as you feel your mind just melt down and drip down and drop down. It melts out and just oozes right out of you and right out of your ears. And it just feels so good as it happens, so wonderful. And it's just so wonderfully mind-meltingly pleasant. And then it just makes you want to catapult down into that state of sleep at any moment now. Sleep. As you go down, drop down, as you just snap down into that state of sleep. That just feels so good. It feels so good as you feel the remaining bits of your mind and of your will as they just melt away. And the more that they melt away, the better that it feels. It just feels so good. So good to submit and to surrender such an awesome and powerful, a dominant and masculine presence. The more that you do, the better and better that it feels. The better that it feels, and the more that you feel the influence, the more that you feel the power, the more that you feel the dominance from the sound of my voice, and it just begins to wrap and to coil and to curl around you, around your mind, and around each and every single muscle and muscle fiber of your body. Now in a moment's time, when I click my fingers together, something special begin to happen. Something special happen as your arms begin to change into wings, and as it happens, and then your arms will just begin to float up and up further. And as they do, you'll feel a wonderful lightness, a feeling of lightness as the arms just change into wings. And as it happens, you can even try to resist the transformation, but the more that I continue talking about it, the more that it just happens. And it will begin happening now as you feel a lightening feeling, a lifting, a rising, floating feeling inside of the arms as they begin to feel even lighter and even lighter with each and every single passing moment, lighter and lighter with each and every single word. And at the same time, you feel your mind emptying out and becoming lighter and lighter as you feel your arms just change into wings. And it just feels so wonderful, so good, so wonderfully lightweight. The more that it happens, the better you feel, and the more your mind melts as you feel changes and transformations come about. Then when I click my fingers together, and the arms will come down to relax on your sides, but they will still be. They will remain wings, and then you'll just feel so wonderful, so wonderfully good as you continue just to take in, to soak in each and every single suggestion and accept each and every single transformation as it happens to you now. Now, just relax down even further, even more. Even more, I just feel even better. It just feels even better. And as you feel a compelling, powerful, and all-dominant sound of my voice, then it just begins to change and shape into more of your reality. And that just feels so good and so wonderful, so nice, and is a feeling of exactly what it's like to have a master to follow and to obey. And the more that you even hear that word master, the better and better that it feels. You don't have to, you don't want to, you don't need to think about anything at all. All that you have to do is just take in and to listen to the sound of my voice as you follow each and every single suggestion, each and every single command, and just feeling better and better as you do. As you begin to feel little feathers as they sprout on the very surface of your skin, you feel yourself getting warmer and warmer and warmer and warmer, and that warmth is turning into a heat so much then that if you're wearing any kind of shirt at all, any kind of upper body clothing, it begins to become oppressive and feels as if it's tightening around you and around your body so much that it becomes uncomfortable. When I click my fingers together, when I snap my fingers, then you will take your shirt off now and take your shirt off, as roosters don't wear shirts. And as you take it off, then that just feels so wonderful and so nice, so wonderfully liberating. And you feel an awesome, wonderful, nice feeling. A feeling of just becoming even more of a rooster. The more that you feel the changes and transformations as they come about, the more that you feel just like you're turning into a rooster, and you feel the feelings of wonderful, beautiful feathers as they sprout all around you. And a feeling of a lightness all over your body, and a feeling that continues to build up inside of you, a feeling, an impetus, a desire to crow just like a rooster. To crow just like a rooster. And whenever you do crow, just feel like you're letting something out, some built up, pent up energy, so much almost masculine, dominant energy, a feeling that just feels so good to crow. It will just feel so good to crow. When I snap my fingers and I say that word crow, then you will crow like a rooster. And when you do crow like a rooster, it will just feel like you're getting out all this pent-up energy inside of you. And that just feels so good. It just makes it feel so good to crow. And that just feels great. Just crowing like a rooster. The more that you crow, and the more that you feel an awesome feeling of relief, that just passes over you, and that just feels so good, just becoming even more of a rooster, and you feel a masculine feeling that just washes all over you, all over your body, and all over your mind as you become even more of a rooster, and not only are you just a rooster, but you have such a powerful and dominant masculine alpha male master who you follow, and that just makes you feel so good, and so good just to be and to become, and just to remain a rooster. It just feels so good as it happens. In a moment's time, when I click my fingers together, and then I click my fingers together, and you'll come back up into the waking world, and you'll be a rooster, and you'll act just like a rooster. You can try to resist it. In fact, you can try to resist awakening as a rooster, but the more that you try, the more that you feel a complete and total change and transformation as it just takes you over. It just takes over your body, it just takes over your mind. It just feels like there is something that puppeteers you, that has installed itself inside of your limbs, inside of your mind, inside of your brain, that coerces you, that compels you, that draws you, that magnetizes you, that pulls you into acting just like a rooster. And you feel a distinct feeling of your very will just draining out, just melting out, just oozing right out of you, right out of your mind, your brain, right out of your ears. The feeling of your own will, just as you totally submit and surrender to your master. Well, that just feels so wonderful, so good, as you are compelled to act like a rooster. As soon when I count from 1 to 3, then you'll awaken as a rooster, and you won't be able to help yourself. It's all that you'll be able to do. It's just to act like a rooster. And when I see the word sleep, when I put my fingers together and I see the word sleep, you won't be able to help but just to fall down and collapse down into a completely, totally relaxed, passive and obedient state of sleep then. Now then, getting ready to awaken as a rooster. Now then, beginning with 1, as you feel a lifting, a rising, floating feeling that begins to take you back up, and 2, coming up even more, and even further, and 3. Then rooster time. And now crow. And now crow for your master. That's good. Now sleep. That just felt so good. And you feeling such an awesome and powerful feeling of that rooster energy. And it's a feeling and an energy that you'll carry back up with you into the waking world as well. A feeling and an energy that you'll carry back up into the waking world as you'll have some habits, some of the peculiar idiosyncrasies and habits of a rooster just for a little bit. Just for a little while, you'll carry them back up with you into the waking world. You won't be able to help yourself. It's all that you'll be able to do. You'll feel the rooster vibe and the rooster energy as it just is unleashed out of you. And it'll just feel so good knowing that you have such a powerful and dominant master who you follow and who you obey. You feel the all-powerful and all-encompassing force of your master's will just wrapping, coiling around your mind and just tightening around you even more. So much that you will leave a comment. You will leave a comment that says, "Yes, master, my will is under Master Dominic's control." You'll leave a comment that says, "Yes, master, my will is under Master Dominic's control." And that will just feel so good, and so good as you leave it. You'll feel such a pleasant, wonderful, will-draining, and mind-melting feeling that will compel you to leave that comment that says, "Yes, master, my will is under Master Dominic's control." It will just feel so wonderfully, completely and totally pleasant just to admit that, and to feel the awesome, wonderful, powerful force of your master's will compelling you, drawing you, pulling you, and magnetizing you to do exactly that, to leave that comment. It will just feel so good, and as you awaken as a half-man, half-rooster, it will just feel so wonderful, so wonderfully mind-melting just to be under the control of such a powerful and wonderful dominant master. Now then, in a moment I'm going to count you up all the way to 5, and on the count of 1 to 5 then, and then you'll come back up into the waking world. You'll leave that comment. You will like, subscribe if you haven't already. And you will enjoy your time as a rooster under the hypnotic domination of your master. Now then, beginning with 1, as you feel a wonderful lifting, a rising, floating, a lightning feeling that takes you back up into the waking world. 2, coming up even more and further, feeling so good. 3, already halfway back up. And 4, almost all the way back up now. And 5, and wide awake. Alright dudes, check out Dominicator.com to schedule a session with me to get hypnotized and to commission a recording and check out my digital downloads. Catch you later dudes.